Hello, my name is Ebony McGee. I'm a professor at Johns Hopkins University, and along with my co-author, Dr. David Stovall, who's at the University of Illinois at Chicago, in 2015, we wrote a piece about the harms of grit and resilience as it relates to STEM students of color, but students in higher ed overall were experiencing what we found to be a mental health crisis. So I was super excited to be invited back again to talk in our next piece, STEM's Dirty Secret: How Grit and Resilience Mask Systemic Racism. What if I told you the very traits we celebrate in STEM, grit, resilience, perseverance, are actually tools of systemic racism? They force students of color, meaning Black, Indigenous students, especially women in these groups, to bear the weight of a system designed to exclude them. It isn't about working harder, it's about working against a system built to grind them down. You know, for decades, we have pathologized the pain of students of color. When a Black student feels out of place, we call it imposter syndrome. When a Latina engineer code switches to survive, we praise her resilience. But these aren't personal deficits that they need to conquer. They're rational responses to a very hostile and toxic environment. The cost is physical, it's psychological, it's weathering, it's racial battle fatigue, it's burnout, and many others. These are not just metaphors. They are measurable bodily tolls extracted by a system that values their labor but devalues their life and their lifespan. But here's where the story shifts. Our research reveals something very powerful. Marginalized students aren't just surviving, they're re engineering STEM fields towards justice. We call this equity ethics. It is a measurable commitment to racial justice, both as a belief system and action-oriented system. It is choosing to research, for example, neglected diseases, particularly diseases that are prominent in Black and Indigenous communities. It's about creating mentoring networks. It's about designing tech that serves, not surveils, communities of color. Equity ethics is not just like a sidebar. It is a blueprint for a new STEM. However, this work is dangerous. Those who practice and those people who feel like they have to practice equity ethic because injustice is everywhere are the least often rewarded. They experience burnout, denied tenure, often push out. So we move beyond a critique, and in our piece, we offer a radical blueprint for structural reckoning, grounded in four pillars. Number one, material redistribution, funding, space, tenure credit directed to marginalized scholars. Power shifting. This power hoarding is just too much. Decision-making authority needs to be placed in the hands of those who are most marginalized, not those who are least marginalized. Structural accountability. There have to be real consequences for inequity, right? And lastly, it's about solidarity and collectivism, not saviorism. Our liberation and the liberation in STEM should be viewed as a collective project, not one group saving the other. This means mandatory diversity cluster hires, decolonized curricula, trauma-informed mentoring and mental health services, reparative funding. It means tearing down the house STEM built and building a new one. So the incremental time for reform is over. Either STEM will become an engine of liberation or it will remain a tool of white supremacy. This is not the task for the marginalized alone. As a matter of fact, they often feel it is a blessing and a burden to continually have to be the ones to fight this fight. It is a fight for the soul of science itself. Neutrality is complicity. Vague solidarity is not enough. This call has been made, but ain't nobody coming to save us. The question is, what are you willing to do? Thank you so much.